It's summer 2026. I am finally back home in Los Angeles, and this new video is brought to you by Saily. So, where were we? Hello. How are you? How is it going? It's been so long. I'm a little bit afraid and embarrassed to look how long, but here we are. In the meantime, I've been traveling a lot by myself, and I feel like it's taught me a lot about the world and my life, and I want to talk to you about it. In the Lord's year of 2026, I have been to 6 different countries. Pretty good. I brought in the new year in Japan. I ran my re-debut in the marathon in England. Decided to go on a bunch of solo treks. Went to Belgium, Finland, Austria, and then met some friends in Greece. It has been a whirlwind. What time zone are we in? What day is it? Internally, whether we registered or not, we are all seeking comfort and familiarity. In many ways, the acceptance of conformity is pleasure. It's the paved road versus the gravel road. It's the downhill versus the uphill. If you just do what everyone else is doing and you don't question it, life is bliss, right? I don't know about you guys, but every so often I look around at my big, beautiful life and I think, get me the hell out of here. I don't want this anymore. I don't want that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to see her. I hate him. This restaurant I enjoy, this park I love, I hate it. Get me out of here. I want something new. I feel out of my body. Get me out of here. Every few months, I go through a bit of a crisis where I just need to leave. I start planning furiously some form of a trip, whether it's local, like whether it's California bound, going to a national forest or something, or it's often international. I start scheming up how I can possibly get to a brand new country all by myself, stay there as long as possible, go off the grid, tell no one. People worry. People definitely worry, but it's very much a me thing at this point. And this year has been a lot of that. I feel like I have my best thoughts. I can think very clearly when I'm outside of regularity, and I can look at it from a distance, almost like a person on the moon with a telescope, or like the Artemis crew. They all came back and felt very profound looking at the blue dot floating in the middle of space. That's how I feel when I go to Japan. Like a big cliche. Right after Christmas, I got on a nonstop flight from Minneapolis to Tokyo, which shocked that it even exists. And I began a 2.5-week trip. I went to Tokyo for a week. I went all the way up to Kyoto, to Osaka, to Nara, and then back to Tokyo. All by myself, baby. Spontaneous. Barely had a plan. There were some nights where I didn't even know which hotel I was going to stay in or the accommodation in general, and I would just figure it out. Because you want to know why? I'm 33. Contrary to popular belief, I am an adult male who can do whatever he wants. There are no rules. Japan was wonderful. It exceeded all my expectations. I have been dreaming of going to Japan my entire life. It has been my number one, and I've been avoiding it because it's so precious to me that I didn't want it to not live up to all my expectations. However, the moment I stepped foot in that beautiful country, my God, I could cry. I could sob. The food, exceptional. I had conveyor belt sushi the first night I was there, walking around Shibuya, just in absolute awe of all the neon and the anime and the smiles. Why is everyone so happy? Aren't they aware of the existential dread that's occurring in every other country? Went to a bunch of pottery shops, went to a bunch of shrines. I even prayed. Honey, something was happening if I start praying. People are always like, Connor, how do you travel alone? Aside from the logistics, how do you actually get yourself to be alone for so long? I get that question online. I get that question from my friends and family. People act as though it's this huge, brave act of how did you go somewhere for that long all by yourself? Different language, different currency, completely different time zone. Let me fucking tell you. Like most things, it's a muscle. It's a habit built over time. Confidence is something that rarely is just given to people. It's something that's acquired. And the more time you spend with yourself, the more time you become comfortable with yourself and you travel with yourself, you just learn how to do it. I can't, explain it. All the obvious privileges aside, having the time, the finances, the confidence, frankly, just being male, huge privilege traveling being a man, by the way, in case you weren't aware. How would you not be aware? All of that aside, it just takes practice. Fast forward to April of 2026. I got back from Japan and I was invigorated. Every time I come back from a trip like that, my love for my current environment is exceeding levels I didn't think was possible. My zest for life, I just wanted to accomplish anything and everything. I believed I could do anything. The world was beautiful. Culture was beautiful. Like everything was lovely, despite the existential dread mentioned previous. If you've ever traveled abroad solo, you know one of the most important things is to stay connected, which is why this video sponsor, Saily, has you covered. Saily is a simple eSIM app that keeps you connected in over 200 different countries, and you best believe I'm actively trying to use it in all of them. Let me tell you one thing, roaming charges and international data charges can be astronomical. It's ridiculous. It is genuinely madness, which is why this is easy to talk about because I use Saily. It's an affordable eSIM app that I use across all my travels. It gets you covered ahead of time so that when you get to wherever your destination is, you are ready to go. All you have to do is go to the App Store, download the Saily app, scroll through, search for the country that you're heading to, and finally, choose the best plan that fits you and your trip. Voila, done. And as an added bonus, if you use the code ConnorF at checkout, you'll get 15% off. So click the link in my description, head on over to saily.com/ConnorF and get going. Now on your trip, you can call your mom and text your friends photos. That's what I do. Enjoy. I do believe good energy brings in more good energy. So when I came home smiling ear to ear, I somehow also secured a contract with OnRunning and Apple. Like two of my favorite brands in the world want to work with me. You know, it further was like proving my woo-woo that I'm doing something correct here. Follow that path, which really, in case no one's told you, that is life, is just following a feeling, following an instinct, and hoping it leads you somewhere positive. Because contrary to popular belief, everything that everyone is doing is made up, and there are no guarantees in this life. You can follow and conform. That does not guarantee you happiness, success, any of it. Hate to break it to you, really do, but it's all just one big game. We don't really know what's gonna happen any moment after now. So with that in mind, I started training for the London Marathon. I was only 12 months out of my surgery, and if anyone doesn't know, ACL surgery and running marathons don't really go well together. My doctor told me I probably wouldn't run a marathon for another 2 years, and we were, again, 12 months post knife to knee. Major ouchie. However, I love a challenge, so I ran the London Marathon, and I am so excited to say I finished. Woohoo! Woohoo! Around that time, after having been in Europe for that, I thought, I need to go more places. I need to get out again. I'm starting to feel that itch and that buzz. So I decided to fly in, take a Eurostar to Belgium. Belgian waffles, museums. Ooh la la. Took a flight to Helsinki, stayed in the most gorgeous Airbnb known to man. Boy, do I know how to pick them. I rented a car and drove north in Finland to a random lake town and was just out there writing and reading and swimming naked in the freezing cold lake. Oh my God. It was so cold. Holy cow. It was just like toes were curling. Thought I might drown. I mean, if I would have drowned, no one would have known. There was no one around. Took a little flight over to Austria. All these places I've never been, by the way. I don't speak French. Don't speak German. Absolutely don't speak Finnish. Finnish, while reading it, was giving Doodle Bob from SpongeBob, hioimi, hoimi, 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 hoimi. Just beyond my comprehension. No offense to the Finns. You know, you're beautiful and you're lovely people. Went to a bunch of museums in Austria. Gustav Klimt. Stephen's Cathedral, you know the drill. Had a pretzel, had some sausage, some sauerkraut. Twist my arm. And then a quick stop in Greece, see my friends, and back home. All this is to say is that traveling forces you to confront who you are as a human being. What do I do with my time? What is it that I will enjoy? What is it that I like about my life in this moment, but also the life I just left behind for a week or two? I think the bravest thing anyone can do is question their existence, is to question the structures that they have built, that society has built, and decide if you like the cage that you've put yourself in or that the world has put you in. Do I enjoy my career? Do I enjoy my relationships? Do I enjoy my hobbies? Do I enjoy my geographical location? And while being abroad, I deeply missed all of those things because there are real consequences to being the person that picks up and just goes, just leaves everything behind. You've left something behind. So while being abroad, I kept thinking like, oh, I'm missing out on I'm missing out on another version of life. I'm missing out on the movie nights with my friends. I'm missing out on the home-cooked meal someone's having in their backyard they invited me over to have. Birthday parties, anniversaries, everything. You know, life is still happening back home as well as happening for me wherever I am. And especially this time around, for me, it put all that into perspective. While it sounds, you know, deeply luxurious and exciting to be traveling to new countries, when you do it by yourself, when you go alone, the memories are just yours. The experiences are just for you. And sometimes that's empowering and other times that's a little bit devastating. It's definitely a threshold. There's a give and a take. So although I had my camera and I had my books and I have my own memories, you know, there still is a quiet sadness that occurs while I'm doing all of that. Because I wish my friends were there. I wish my family were there. I wish my partner was there. You know, I wish all of these things. I'm also grateful and happy that I'm doing this all by myself, for me. I think in many ways, this is going to be something that I do for my entire life. I think I'm going to have these moments where I need to escape. I just think it's built into my psyche where I just need to like go off into the woods or go off into some exotic land and hear my own thoughts and experience just pure solitude. I don't know, man. Sometimes I leave my phone at home and go climb a mountain and I feel nothing but joy. I think it's what makes me me. I think it's a beautiful facet of myself and it may not be for everyone, but I wish the feeling that I get while doing it upon everyone, this feeling of strength and confidence and resilience. I stand on my own 2 feet. I command my own destiny. It's so beyond empowering. I hope everyone feels that way about their lives, that you control your fate. You control what you do with your limited time here. So all the way from the streets in Shibuya to the forests in Finland, under the sea in Greece, looking up at the beautiful architecture in Vienna, having an omakase alone, running a marathon by yourself. The world is so lush and expansive, and sometimes I just feel so like honored to be alive and to be here. And this is one of those moments. Okay, that's enough yapping. I gotta get outside, but thank you so much everyone for watching. Thank you to Saily for sponsoring this video. I miss you, I love you, and I'm sure I will see you super soon.